David,
Yes.
have you ever noticed that the way we use our phones is ironic?
Phones are for connection, but we look at them more than we look at each other. That's ironic, Griffin.
It's like rain on your wedding day. Listen, that's ironic. So US Cellular created Us Mode to help us reconnect, you and I.
That's right.
A phone company wanting people to use their phones less? Ironic.
A phone company wanting people to use their phones less? Ironic. But let's find us again with Us Mode from US Cellular. Visit uscellular.com/built-for-us to get started.
What are the other things that are ironic?
Welcome to It Takes Energy, presented by Energy Transfer, where we talk all things oil and natural gas. Oil and gas drive our economy, ensure our country's security, and open pathways to brighter futures. Did you know that the majority of progress the U.S. has made in reducing emissions over the past decade has come from the oil and gas industry, with more electrical power generation now coming from natural gas versus coal? The air we breathe today is cleaner than it has been since the 90s, according to a report from the EPA. Clean-burning natural gas is also a reliable source of power for more than just our electrical grids. It is also used to power data centers, hospitals, schools, and so much more. Look around, and you'll see the essential role oil and gas plays in our lives. Our world needs oil and gas, and people rely on us to deliver it. To learn more, visit energytransfer.com.
This is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brain-busting episode of Trivia for Kids, the podcast. My name's Casey.
My name is Quinn.
And I don't know. We're here again, right, Quinn?
Yeah,
How was school today?
it was great.
Quinn, do you know we're in a tornado watch? 'Tis the season for tornadoes. Fa la 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 la. We live in Iowa.
I did know we were in a tornado
You
watch.
got everything canceled tonight. No soccer practice.
Yeah,
Track meets got canceled. I don't think we're in real danger. It's just a watch at this point, which means watch for a tornado warning.
yeah.
Actually, a watch just means like all the conditions are ripe for a possible tornado, but nothing yet. So we will see. I hope there is not a tornado. You know what I hope for?
Jokes.
Yes, jokes always. Our first joke comes from listener Trilby.
Thank you, Trilby.
She made this up. What did the goat do when it ran into a bee's nest?
What did it do?
Hornet. No, because goats have horns. Hornet. Hopefully it doesn't get stung, though. Our next joke comes from Max, who is from South Africa.
Thank you, Max.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
No idea. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
Still no idea.
Still no idea. Our next joke comes from Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
What did the ketchup say to the mustard?
Better catch up.
That's it. You better catch up. Hustle it up there, mustard. And our last joke comes from Camille.
Thank you, Camille.
What's the frog's favorite place to work?
The pad.
IHOP. Frogs and kangaroos are welcome at IHOP. All right, everybody. Let's do some trivia.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round 1, the category is riddles. Question 1. You can see me in water, but I never get wet. What am I? Question 2. A man is pushing his car along the road. When he comes to a hotel, he shouts, "I'm bankrupt." Why? Question 3. What invention lets you look right through a wall? Question 4. What tastes better than it smells? Question 5. The more you have of it, the less you see. What is it? Question 6. What is as big as you are, but does not weigh anything? Question 7. How much dirt is in a hole that is 3 feet deep, 6 feet long, and 4 feet wide? And now the round 1 answers. Question 1. You see me in water, but I never get wet. What am I?
The letter W.
Ooh, that is a good guess. I was going for your reflection.
Oh.
You know how in the water you can see a picture of yourself back, your reflection? But I will give you the W because that's thinking outside the box. I like that.
Yes.
Question 2. A man is pushing his car along the road. When he comes to a hotel, he shouts, "I'm bankrupt." Why?
Because he really wants people to know that he has no money anymore.
Because he's playing Monopoly. Oh, you know when you get to a hotel, you have to owe that other person a ton of money, so he's bankrupt. Oh, no. And a vampire, apparently. Question 3. What invention lets you look right through a wall?
A mirror.
Oh,
Oh, no, a window. I'm sorry.
A window is the answer.
Oh, my goodness.
A window. See right through that wall.
See right through it.
Question 4. What tastes better than it smells?
Your mouth.
I have your tongue, but I will take tongue as well. Your tongue tastes better than it smells. Question 5. The more you have of it, the less you see.
Darkness. I knew that one.
Yes, darkness is the answer. The more darkness there is, the less you can see in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Question 6. What is as big as you are, but does not weigh anything?
Your shadow.
You knew that one too? Yes, your shadow. Your shadow is the same size as you, but depending on where the sun is kind of shining against you, it can look bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
But yes, your shadow. Question 7. How much dirt is in a hole that is 3 feet deep, 6 feet long, and 4 feet wide?
Well, I mean, it's a hole, so there shouldn't be any dirt in it at all.
Right, you were right. No dirt is in a hole because you dug all the dirt out of the hole. The answer is no dirt. Good job.
Let's go.
Round 2, the category is pets. Question 1. Hemingway or polydactyl cats have extra what on their bodies? Question 2. If kept in the dark for a long time, what color will a goldfish turn? Question 3. What lizard has a tongue that can stretch 1.5 times its body length? Question 4. Where on their body can a hamster keep food for days? Question 5. How old was the oldest known living koi fish? 126 years old, 226 years old, or 336 years old? Question 6. What rodent pet will laugh when it is tickled? Question 7. If you have a lion head, a Jersey Woolly, or a mini Rex, what kind of pet do you have? And now the answers to round 2. Question 1. Hemingway or polydactyl cats have an extra what on their bodies?
Toe.
Toes is correct. Hemingway cats have polydactyly, which is also known as polydactylism or hyperdactyly. It is a congenital physical anomaly which causes cats to have more than the usual number of toes on one or more of their paws. Normally, cats have a total of 18 toes, with 5 toes on each of their front paws and 4 toes on each of their back paws. However, Hemingway cats can have up to 9 toes on each paw. Usually, the extra toes are on the front paws, not the hind paws. Can you imagine seeing a 9-pawed cat?
That would be
How cute would that
crazy.
footprint be? Did you know that people can have polydactyly too? I went to college with a guy who had 6 toes on each foot.
That's crazy.
Humans can have it too. Question 2. If kept in the dark for a long time, what color will a goldfish turn?
White.
Yes, gray or white is correct. If you keep a goldfish in a dark room, it will eventually turn gray or white. If you keep your fish in the dark all the time, the chromatophores won't produce more pigment, so the fish's color will start to fade. Question 3. What lizard has a tongue that can stretch 1.5 times its body length?
Chameleon.
That is correct. Chameleons have a lot of cool things going for them. They can change color. They have eyes that can look independently from each other. Like one eye can look one way and the other can look the other way. They have that cool curly tail.
They've got a lot going for
They
them.
have they have 3 cute little toes that can hold on to sticks. And they have a tongue that can zoom out really fast, grab an insect and really far and suck it back in. They are cool lizard.
Imagine if you had a tongue that did that.
What would you do with it as a person?
Eat popcorn.
Oh, you know what I would do if I was at like a sports stadium and somebody was coming around trying to sell cotton candy? I would get I'd wait till they walked down the steps and then I would get my long tongue and be like, bloop, and grab a cotton candy and pull it back in. Question 4. Where on their body can a hamster keep food for days?
The cheeks.
That is right, in their cheeks. Hamsters are well known for their distinctive characteristic of storing food in their puffed up cheeks. This behavior is a classic example of food hoarding, where they fill their spacious and flexible cheek pouches with food for later consumption. They are simply utilizing their cheeks as a convenient storage space to keep their food dry and safe.
Food hoarding? That's what they call it, is hoarding?
Hoarding.
That's
Hoarding
so
is
cute.
like just save stuff and save it and have just tons and tons and tons of stuff. They hoard their food by keeping it in their cheeks. They don't want to share
How
it.
does it not get wet?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they have little compartments that keep it dry. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I'm going to store Doritos in my cheeks.
Oh, that would cut my mouth up.
Question 5. How old was the oldest known living koi fish? 126 years old, 226 years old, or 336 years old?
226.
That is correct. Hanako is probably the most famous koi fish ever in history due to her astonishing age. When Hanako died in 1977, she was believed to be 226 years old, making Hanako the oldest koi fish ever in the world.
That is crazy.
I think they had to look back from generations of people because people don't live to be 226 years old. So I think they had to be like, my great-great-great-grandpa had a fish, gave it to my great-great-grandpa, who gave it to my great-grandpa, who gave it to my, I think they had to look back in time to try to figure out how old this fish was.
Yeah.
Crazy. Question 6. What rodent pet will laugh when it is tickled?
Isn't it a rat?
Yes.
What?
Researchers first discovered that rats could laugh in 2016 after they found tickling the rodents on their belly and back sent them into fits of squeaky giggles. The same was true when rats playfully chased the researchers' hands. Rat laughs are too high-pitched for us to hear, but can be recorded with special microphones and replayed in a lower register.
That is crazy.
Tickling a rat?
Yeah.
Not on the top of my list of things to do.
I would not love to tickle a rat.
I don't mind rats. They don't bother me. It's the tail. It's the tail for me that I just can't get past. But I want to see somebody tickle one. I think that's pretty cute.
I want to see what it sounds like. I didn't know that they were like too high of a frequency for humans to hear.
Yeah, apparently like a dog whistle. You know, those whistles that you blow and only dogs can hear them? Question 7. If you have a lion head, a Jersey Woolly, or a mini Rex, what kind of pet do you have?
Bunny.
You have a rabbit. That is
Woo.
correct. Those are all different types of rabbits. And there are so many more. Round 3. The category is Canada. Question 1. What colors are on the Canadian flag? Question 2. What is Canada's official animal? A moose, a beaver, or a Canadian goose? Question 3. What is Canada's capital city? Toronto, Montreal, or Ottawa? Question 4. Canada has provinces and territories, not states. How many provinces does Canada have? Question 5. What language do they speak in Quebec? Question 6. True or false? Canada is the largest country in the world. Question 7. How many oceans does Canada border? Answers to the third round. Question 1. What colors are on the Canadian flag?
Red and white.
You got it. Canada's flag has 2 red bands on each end with a white center overlaid with a red maple leaf. It was chosen in 1956. I feel like Canada has a flag that is very recognizable. When you say that red leaf in the middle, you know that that's Canada.
Yeah.
Question 2. What is Canada's official animal? Moose, beaver, or Canadian goose?
Moose.
The answer is beaver.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, the beaver played a prominent role in Canada's development during the fur trade of the 1600s. The beaver was officially declared a national symbol on March 24th, 1975. I'm with you. I totally would have guessed moose.
I know, because when you think of Canada, like that's the animal I think of.
Me too, but it's beaver.
That's crazy.
Question 3. What is Canada's capital city? Toronto, Montreal, or Ottawa?
Ottawa.
Yep, you got it. Queen Victoria chose Ottawa as the capital of Canada in 1857 after the elected representatives couldn't agree on a permanent site. It was chosen because of its distance from the American border and relative safety as it is surrounded by rivers. So no one could pick what the capital of Canada was going to be, so the Queen was like,
I get a
Forget
pick.
all you. I got it. We're calling Ottawa the capital. Forget you, Montreal, and all of you. Winnipeg, you're out. And yeah, Victoria, you're out.
crazy.
Ottawa, you're the winner. Question 4. Canada has provinces and territories, not states. How many provinces does Canada have?
37.
Not quite. The answer is 10.
Oh, I was so close.
The 10 provinces of Canada are Newfoundland, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia. In addition, there are 3 territories, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and Nunavut. And I want none of it, Quinn. You remember next time. That was
I should have been expecting
That was
that.
a terrible Canada joke. But I didn't know there was 10. I could probably name, 5 or 6, but there are a lot more on that list than I knew. Question 5. What language do they speak in Quebec?
French.
French is the answer. Quebec was originally settled by the French, and most people there still speak a form of French called, and I don't know how they say this, but I'm going to say Quebecois or Quebecois. So, yeah. I know a lot of people say Quebec differently. I used to say Quebec, but then I heard a lot of Canadian people say Quebec, so I started to try to be like the Canadians, and I don't know. Quebec, whatever.
I don't know what I would call it.
Potato, Quebec,
Tomato, tomato.
Quebec, whatever. Question 6, true or false? Canada is the largest country in the world.
False.
It is false. What is the largest country in the world?
Russia.
That is correct. Russia is number 1, but Canada is number 2. Question 7, how many oceans does Canada touch?
3.
That is correct. Canada touches the Atlantic Ocean on one side, the Pacific Ocean on the other, and the Arctic Ocean in the north. Very cool.
That's actually cool.
No wonder it's so big. Touches 3 oceans. I will say, I love Canadian people. I have never met a Canadian that wasn't super friendly and just a great time. So hi, Canada. Hi to all of our friends up north. We love you guys.
Hello.
Welcome to It Takes Energy, presented by Energy Transfer, where we talk all things oil and natural gas. Oil and gas drive our economy, ensure our country's security, and open pathways to brighter futures. The U.S. produces 13 million barrels of crude oil every day, enough to fill 800 Olympic swimming pools. But what is that oil used for? The gas we put in our cars is just the beginning. Nearly 50% of each barrel is refined into gasoline. Another 34% is refined into fuels like diesel and jet fuel, and the rest is used to make more than 96% of our everyday essentials, like the tennis shoes you wear, the cell phone you rely on, and medicines that help save lives. Look around, and you'll see the essential role oil and gas plays in our modern lives. Our world needs oil and gas, and people rely on us to deliver it. To learn more, visit ittakes.energy.com.
Round number 4, the category is weather. Question 1. Fog City is the nickname of what city in California? Question 2. True or false? Rainbows can happen at night. Question 3. What type of natural disaster can reach speeds of 80 miles per hour or 130 kilometers per hour within about 5 seconds? Question 4. What body part is the name of the calm area in the center of a storm? Question 5. Ancient Greeks believed that the wind was actually the earth doing what? Question 6. The largest hailstone ever recorded in the United States was about the size of a what? A golf ball, a softball, or a soccer ball? Question 7, true or false? If a person is struck by lightning, they carry an electrical charge, and if you touch them, you can be electrocuted. And now the round 4 answers. Question 1. Fog City is the nickname of what city in California?
Los Angeles.
San Francisco. The fog that envelops San Francisco is predominantly advection fog, which is formed when warm, moist air passes over a cooler surface. In this case, the cool waters of the Pacific Ocean act as the chilling agent, causing the moisture-laden air to condense and create fog. The city's terrain and pressure gradients further trap this fog below like a lid over the city.
That's
cool. So San
Whoa.
Francisco is like a perfect storm for fog because it's right on the ocean, and the coolness of the ocean mixed with the land and the hills and things, the fog just sits right in there. Fog City, San Francisco. Question 2, true or false? Rainbows can happen at night.
true.
They can. They are actually called moonbows, and they rarely occur because the moon must be very bright and be positioned in just the right way in relation to the rain. How in my 40 plus years of life
I haven't heard
have
of
I
it.
never heard of a moonbow?
How do you
That's
even
so
see
cool.
them?
Well, the moon, like it said, the moon has to be super bright, and it has to be, it must be like the perfect setting for
Perfect conditions and everything. Yeah.
Yep. Question 3. What type of natural disaster can reach speeds of 80 miles per hour or 130 kilometers per hour within about 5 seconds?
Tornadoes.
The answer is avalanche.
Oh.
Avalanches are so dangerous and scary, and they happen so fast. If you're on a mountain and you're skiing or hiking or whatever, you have no time to react when an avalanche is coming. Question 4. What body part is the name of the calm area in the center of the storm?
The eye.
The eye of the storm refers to the calm area at the center of a tropical cyclone surrounded by the eye wall where the most severe weather occurs. It typically has light winds and clear skies, contrasting sharply with the intense conditions outside of it. So I know a tornado has an eye as well, but this talks about hurricanes or tropical cyclones. So think about when you see a hurricane on a radar. You know how it looks like a big swirling circle of clouds, kind of? And then right in the middle is the eye, the circle in the middle. Question 5. Ancient Greeks believed that the wind was actually the earth doing what?
Sneezing. Whistling.
The answer is breathing.
Oh.
The earth must breathe a lot in Iowa.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It is windy all the time. The earth must have gone for like a 7-mile sprint because it was like in Iowa, breathing real hard. Question 6. The largest hailstone ever recorded in the United States was about the size of a what? A golf ball, a softball, or a soccer ball?
A softball.
The answer is a soccer ball.
Nuh-uh.
During the late afternoon and early evening hours of July 23, 2010, thunderstorms developed over portions of central South Dakota. A record-setting hailstone was ultimately discovered in Vivian, South Dakota, measuring 8 inches in diameter and 18.625 inches in circumference, which means all the way around, and weighing at an amazing 1.9375 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
A 2-pound, 18-inch Hailstone.
Imagine if that hit your car or your house.
It would be like having a bowling ball land on your car.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely crazy. Question 7, true or false? If a person is struck by lightning, they carry an electrical charge. And if you touch them, you can be electrocuted.
I'm going to say false.
It is false. The human body does not store electricity. If you are able to, you should give a lightning victim first aid immediately and call 911. So, people can be struck by lightning more than once, and lightning can strike the same place twice. So that old myth of lightning can't hit the same place twice is not true. And remember we talked about that one guy who got
struck by lightning while pitching?
Like, that guy? I was thinking of I don't know, he had a nickname of like Lightning Dan where he got struck 7 times or something. He was a park ranger. Round number 5. The category is common theme. Each of the answers in this round will coordinate to come up with a common theme at the end. Question 1. The primary colors are red, yellow, and what? Question 2. What do you call the dish made from tortilla chips and covered with toppings? Question 3. What type of baby animal is called a kid? Question 4. Many people take their coffee with what and sugar? Question 5. What is the name of a small, single-storied house, typically in the country, that is usually a modest, often cozy dwelling? Question 6. Residents of the country of Switzerland are called what? Question 7. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her what and way? Round number 5 answers. Question 1. The primary colors are red, yellow, and what?
Blue.
Blue is the answer. Can you name some secondary colors?
Orange, green, and purple.
Correct. Very good. Question 2. What do you call the dish made from tortilla chips and covered with toppings?
Nachos.
Nachos. That is correct. One of my favorite things to order at a restaurant. I love a big old plate of nachos.
I love
just
nachos.
Covered in all kinds of toppings and sour cream.
As long as it's not olives.
Oh, give me your olives. I will eat your extras.
I will give you all of my olives.
Yes, thank you. I will take them. Question 3. What type of baby animal is called a kid?
A goat.
A goat is correct.
Goat mentioned 2 times in one episode.
Second goat mentioned.
That's crazy.
Question 4. Many people take their coffee with what and sugar?
Cream.
Cream is the answer, and I am many people. If you watch my Instagram, I do coffee with Casey every Friday morning and tell you about what's going on. And I always show you what kind of coffee and cream I'm having. So cream, yes.
I do not like coffee. Coffee is disgusting.
Wrong-o. Even Brooks orders coffee at
that's
home.
because it's milk and creamer. It's
true.
not even coffee.
Brooks will be like, Mom, can I have coffee? And it's just milk with coffee creamer in it. That's Brooks's coffee. You'd probably like that, though.
Yeah.
Question 5. What is the name of a small, single-storied house, typically in the country, that is usually a modest, often cozy dwelling?
Like a cozy cottage?
Cottage is correct. When I think of a cottage, I think of like in the English countryside, and it has like a wooden fence around it.
Oh, yeah.
Question 6. Residents of the country of Switzerland are called what?
Switzerlandians.
In America, we're called Americans. In Germany, they're called Germans. In
France, they're called
French. In Amsterdam, they're called Dutch. In Switzerland, they're called Swiss.
What's up, my Swiss?
The Swiss people of Switzerland. And they make a really good type of hot chocolate mix.
Like Swiss Miss?
Swiss Miss.
Oh my
Swiss
goodness.
Miss. Is that what it's called? Swiss
Yeah.
Mix. Or Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss. MISS.
In America, you can buy hot chocolate mix called Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss.
Question 7. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her what and whey?
Curds.
Curds is the answer. Okay, Quinn, it's time to try to come up with the common theme with the answers. Blue, nacho, goat, cream, cottage, Swiss, and curds. The common theme is
Cheese.
types of cheese.
I feel like it gave it away with the Swiss.
Oh, Swiss was
I feel like that was the easiest one for me.
of those types of cheese. What is your favorite?
Oh. Cream cheese and like frosting is so
I
good.
do love cream cheese, but I could eat a whole brick of blue cheese. Oh,
You are a blue cheese person.
I
think
love blue cheese.
I don't like that. It's basically mold.
Yeah. And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are. Question 1. A man is pushing his car along the road. When he comes to a hotel, he shouts, "I'm bankrupt." Why?
Because the man is playing Monopoly.
Question 2. What type of natural disaster can reach speeds of 80 miles per hour within about 5 seconds?
Avalanches.
Question 3. What is Canada's official animal?
Beavers.
Question 4. What rodent pet will laugh when it is tickled?
Rats.
Question 5. Residents of the country of Switzerland are called what?
Swiss.
Question 6. Canada has provinces and territories, not states. How many provinces does Canada have?
10.
Question 7. The largest hailstone ever recorded in the United States was about the size of what?
A soccer ball.
And here come your shout-outs. Riddles comes from Trilby.
Thank you, Trilby.
Hemingway Cats comes from Mara, Elsie, and Liz.
Thank you, Mara, Elsie, and Liz.
Canada and all of the questions come from our neighbors to the north, Christina and Elizabeth.
Thank you, Christina and Elizabeth.
And it is time for birthday shout-outs. This week's birthday shout-out starts with listener Ellie, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Ellie. She loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, and baking. Happy birthday, Ellie. You are turning 7 years old and you love Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and baking. Happy birthday, Ellie. Our next shout out goes to listener Holden, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Holden. He loves Minecraft, animals, and the beach. He lives with his mom and dad in Birmingham, Alabama, and they have 2 dogs named Cooper and Sadie. Holden, you are turning 6 and you live in Birmingham. You love Minecraft, animals, and the beach. You have 2 dogs named Cooper and Sadie. Holden, happy birthday. Hope it's the best. Holden, happy birthday. Our next shout out goes to listener Trilby, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Trilby. She lives in Greenville, South Carolina, and she is in the 1st grade. She loves reading, doing gymnastics, and spending time with their animals. They have 10 goats, 2 cats, and a husky dog named Poppy. That's so cool. Trilby, it is your birthday and you're turning 7. You are in the 1st grade in South Carolina. You love reading and gymnastics and spending time with a whole bunch of animals that you have. Happy birthday, Trilby! Say hi to your 10 goats, 2 cats, and your dog, Poppy. Our next birthday shout out goes out to Thea, who is also turning 7. Happy birthday, Thea. She lives in Ohio with her parents, her little brother, Jamie, and their 2 dogs, Vinny and Pepper. And don't forget their cat, Miko. She enjoys sketching and wants to be a fashion designer one day. She loves American Girl dolls, Scooby-Doo, and Nancy Drew. Thea, you're turning 7 and you live in Ohio with your family. You have 2 dogs and a cat and you love drawing and you want to be a fashion designer. You love American Girl dolls and Scooby-Doo and Nancy Drew too. Happy birthday, Thea. I hope it's the best day yet. Happy birthday. Our next shout out goes to Ella, who is also turning 7. Happy birthday, Ella. She loves listening to audiobooks, going to Girl Scouts, playing Mario Kart, her big elephant toy, and playing with her brother Teddy. Ella, it's your birthday and you're turning 7. You love listening to audiobooks. And you love Girl Scouts and playing Mario Kart. Ella, happy birthday. We hope it's great. Happy birthday, E-L-L-A. Happy birthday, Ella. The next shout out goes to Ella's brother, Teddy, who is turning 4. Happy birthday, Teddy. He loves Hot Wheels, dinosaurs, playing t-ball, and playing with his sister, Ella. Teddy, it's your 4th birthday and you love Hot Wheels and dinosaurs and playing t-ball and playing with your sister, Ella. Happy birthday, Teddy 4. The next shout out goes to Peter, who is turning 7 on May 4th. He loves to play sports, especially soccer and basketball. He is an aspiring ninja and recently landed his front flip. Awesome! Peter enjoys playing Minecraft and My Singing Monsters, reading Dogman books, and the Narwhal and Jelly series. He is a great piano player, too. That's great. Peter, you're turning 7, and you love to play sports. And you are a ninja because you landed your front flip. And you love Minecraft and My Singing Monsters and Dogman and Narwhal and Jelly. Keep practicing the piano. Happy birthday, Peter. Happy birthday. The next shout out goes to Landry, who is turning 12. Happy birthday, Landry. He plays soccer, baseball, basketball, and football. He loves Star Wars, Marvel movies, Iron Man is his favorite, building Legos, and Jesus. Awesome, Landry. Landry, it's your birthday, and you're turning 12 years old. You love soccer, baseball, basketball, and don't forget football, too. You love Star Wars and Marvel, and building Legos and Jesus. Happy birthday, Landry. I hope that 12 is the best year you've ever had, Landry. Happy birthday. The next shout out goes to Henry, who is turning 8. Happy birthday, Henry. He loves his brother, Minecraft, drawing, baseball, and he is a blue belt in karate. He is so smart, and he knows a lot of trivia, especially about animals and reptiles. He is a fun and kind brother and friend. Henry, it's your 8th birthday. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. You're a great brother, and you love Minecraft and drawing and baseball. Oh, yeah. I will not fight you because you're a blue belt in karate and you're smart. Keep being an awesome young man, Henry. Happy birthday, Henry. Happy birthday. Our next birthday goes out to Harrison, who is turning 6. Hey there, Harrison. Happy birthday. He loves math, chess, playing piano, flag football, and soccer. He is kind, smart, and a funny kid who is such a great big brother to Miles. Harrison, you are turning 6, and you love math and chess, and playing piano and flag football and soccer. You are kind and smart and funny, and a great big brother to Miles. Hope your birthday, Harrison, is the best one you've ever had. Happy birthday, Harrison. The next shout out goes to Zahn, who is turning 9. Happy birthday, Zahn. He loves basketball, baseball, and jumping on the trampoline with his sisters. He is an amazing son, a wonderful brother most of the time, and a great friend. He is goofy and he loves to sing along to his favorite songs on their car rides. He can play a very beautiful version of the final countdown on the piano. That's cool. Happy birthday. Son, you're turning 9. You love baseball, basketball, and jumping on the trampoline with your sisters. You're goofy and you love to sing. Happy birthday, Zon. Our next shout out goes to listener Flynn, who is turning 10. Happy birthday, Flynn. He loves coding, My Singing Monsters, BFDI, and Minecraft. Happy birthday to Flynn. You are turning 10 years old. You love coding, My Singing Monsters, BFDI, and Minecraft. Happy birthday to Flynn. There's double digits. Hope it's awesome. Happy birthday, Flynn. You are super cool. So happy birthday. And our next birthday shout out goes to listener Elisha, who is turning 4. Happy birthday, Elisha. He loves going to Chuck E. Cheese, playing on the swings at the park, watching Sonic the Hedgehog, building with Legos, and watching SpongeBob SquarePants with his big sister, Cadence. Happy birthday, Elisha. You are turning 4. You love Chuck E. Cheese and playing on the swings. You like watching Sonic and building with Legos, and also watching SpongeBob with your big sister. Happy birthday, Elisha! And the next shout out goes to listener Rami, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Rami. He lives in St. Paul, Minnesota. He is smart, loving, and funny. He loves jumping on trampolines, riding his bike, and practicing judo with his big brother, Leo. His favorite card game is Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, and his favorite book is Dragons Love Tacos. Happy birthday, Rami. You are turning 6 and you live in St. Paul. You are smart, loving, and funny, and you love jumping on trampolines. Rami, you love riding your bike and practicing judo with Leo. Your favorite game is Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza, and you love Dragons Love Tacos. Happy birthday, Rami. And our last birthday shout out goes to Ben, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Ben. Ben is from Alberta, Canada. He loves spending time with his family and his best friend. He loves Jesus, Minecraft, Pokemon, and his cowboy boots. Ben, it's your 6th birthday, and you're from Canada. You love spending time with family and your best friend. You love Jesus and Minecraft and Pokemon. Happy birthday, Ben. Hope you wear your cowboy boots. And Quinn, here is your conversation starter. What is an embarrassing song that you secretly love listening to?
I don't know if I have any embarrassing ones. I love musical music, which is kind of embarrassing sometimes because not everybody loves that. But like, you?
Yeah, I'm not embarrassed about any. I think all music is great. So, and I love to sing. So I don't know. I'm not embarrassed by any songs. I just love songs. So, okay, let me ask you this. What is one that you've really been rocking out to lately, like singing at the top of your lungs in the shower?
Oh, you might have to give me a second. Lately, I don't know why. I was listening to like a teen playlist and like Attention by Charlie Puth. I don't know.
How does that one go? I want your attention. Attention. Hello, I need attention.
You just want attention.
Okay, I have heard that song.
I was in my math teacher's classroom this morning taking a test because I was gone during the test day, and he was listening to Taylor Swift, and he's like a 60-year-old man.
That's awesome. Anybody can listen to Taylor Swift. All right. Thank you for listening,
Thank you,
everybody. Have a
guys.
great week. Thank you for listening to the Trivia for Kids podcast. If you haven't done so already, please give us a 5-star review. Birthday shoutouts are for paid Patreon subscribers, so join our Patreon and you can get a birthday shoutout. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and follow our YouTube channel so you can see all of our live videos.
Welcome to It Takes Energy, presented by Energy Transfer, where we talk all things oil and natural gas. Oil and gas drive our economy, ensure our country's security, and open pathways to brighter futures. The U.S. produces 13 million barrels of crude oil every day, enough to fill 800 Olympic swimming pools. But what is that oil used for? The gas we put in our cars is just the beginning. Nearly 50% of each barrel is refined into gasoline. Another 34% is refined into fuels like diesel and jet fuel, and the rest is used to make more than 96% of our everyday essentials, like the tennis shoes you wear, the cell phone you rely on, and medicines that help save lives. Look around, and you'll see the essential role oil and gas plays in our modern lives. Our world needs oil and gas, and people rely on us to deliver it. To learn more, visit ittakes.energy.com.